Hello, this is Sudhir Kumar Dwivedi, Assistant Professor of Law from Zemtech School of Law, Greater Noida. The topic for today's lecture is Notice of Ejectment under the subject Drafting, Pleading and Conveyancing. Under this lecture, we will try to learn what is the requirement of notice of ejectment, what is the law which will be applicable, and our focus will be on the structure of the notice since our subject is drafting. So let's first of all let's see what is section 106 of transfer of property, which is related with the notice of, you can say, ejection. So notice of ejectment is related with section 106 of the Transfer of the Property Act. Section 106 of the Transfer of the Property Act 1882 provides that what will be the time or duration of lease in absence of written contract or local usage. So if there is no written contract or local usage, what will be the duration of the notice? What will be the duration of the lease has been provided in section 106 of the Transfer of Property Act. It reads as, in the absence of a contract or local law or usage to the contrary, a lease of immovable property for agriculture or manufacturing purpose shall be deemed to be a lease from year to year, terminable on the part of either lessor or lessee by 6 months notice, and a lease of immovable property for any other purpose shall be deemed to be a lease from month to month, terminable on the part of either lessor or lessee by 15-day notice. So here the section 106 talks about the two type of the lease. First is lease regarding the immovable property which is used for agriculture purpose or manufacturing purpose. So if there is a property which has been leased for the agriculture purpose, then, and if there is no written contract or local law, then such lease will be treated as a lease from year to year, and it may be terminated by the lessor or the lessee by giving 6 month notice. And if the property is not for agriculture or manufacturing purpose, then such lease will be treated for the month to month lease, and it may be terminated by either party, that is the lessor or lessee, by giving 15-day notice. That is all about section 106 subclause 1. The second clause of the section provides that, notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for time being in force, the period mentioned in subsection 1 shall commence from the date of the receipt of the notice. So this uh, section provides that the commencement of the notice will start from the date when the notice was received by the party, means lessor or lessee, depends from whom the notice has been issued. Notwithstanding anything contained in any another law for time in force, suppose there is some other laws which provides something regarding the commencement of the period, like Limitation Act, then and if there is a contrary thing has been raised by the opposite party, then the court will take into consideration that law as well. After that, it provides that every notice under subsection 1 must be in writing signed by or on behalf of the person giving it, and either be sent by post to the party who is intended to be bound by it, or be tendered or delivered personally to such party or to one of his family or servants at his residence, or if such tender or delivery is not practicable, affixed to a conspicuous part of the property. So here in this subpart, the section provides how the notice will be served. It is has been provided in this section. Then the notice will be served, may be served by the registered post, or may be served by personally, and it may be served to the party, or to the any family member, even to the servant as well. And if that is not possible, then it may be affixed on some conspicuous part of the conspicuous part of the property, means the you can say the front part of the property, or the part of the property which is easily visible to everyone. There the notice may be affixed. It is not that no, you just go and paste the notice on the behind of the house or the property, so that no one could see, and you say no, no notice has been affixed on your property and you must be aware of that. This is not with, that's why very specifically the legislature has mentioned that it must be some on the conspicuous part of the property, which means that it must be visible in a visible stage, so it is easily visible to everyone. Then let's see what will be the structure of the notice. It will start like that: notice of the ejectment under section 106 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Then the name of the advocate, and then again the detail of the detail here means address of the chamber. Obviously here I have taken the example of Delhi High Court, and the phone number of the advocate. Then the registered AD number must be mentioned. Then it will like it will be in right corner there will be date clause part. Then it will start to, then the detail of the person to whom this notice has been sent with complete detail. Here means son, name, son of, residence of, complete. Then there will be subject matter of the notice. It will be like that: notice under section 106 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 for the ejectment. It will start: Dear Sir, under the instruction from and on behalf of my client Sri, name, son of, residence of, hereinafter referred as my client. You need not to mention every time full detail. You can, that's why you can mention in bracket that after this para I will mention like my client. I serve you the following notice. The first thing, that the house bearing number so and so, situated at so and so place in so and so city, is owned by my client. That you approached my client and requested my client to give me the said property on lease to you. Then the second para will be that my client has inducted you as the tenant in respect of the said property, that the agreed month and that the agreed monthly rent for the said property is such rupees per month. It should be very specifically mentioned that the rent was per month or yearly. It must be mentioned. Then the third para will be: I hereby give you notice that you are to quit the and vacate the said property, below of which you are now in possession of as monthly tenant or yearly tenant. Obviously, I said if it is a agriculture land, then it will be treated as a yearly in absence of any agreement. Monthly or yearly tenant under my said client immediately on expiry of the last day of the this month, detail of the month and notice 2004. After that, the next para will be on and from this date, month specifically mentioned, following the last day of the month on which the tenant is required to quit. Because if it is a month to month, then it will be 15 days. The tenancy hereto before subsisting shall terminate, and all relationship of the landlord and tenant between my client and you shall absolutely cease. So it should be very specifically mentioned in the notice itself that after the expiry of that notice period, all the relation of the tenancy and the mastership uh, will terminated from the bill tenancy will be terminated from the very date, means after the expiry of the 15 month if it was month to month tenancy. Then the para will be next para will be you are requested to deliver vacant position of the said premises unto my client on that date as stated above. After that, in case of your failure to quit the premises as desired, you will be considered as a trespasser and ejected in due course of law, and you will have to pay the damage at rate per month year until you are evicted. Then again in last there will be sign of the person. Below that, if it is through advocate, the sign of the advocate must be mentioned. And that's all about the structure of the notice, requirement of the notice under section 106 of the Transfer of the Property Act. Thank you.